1051.
I'm about to fuck all the spectators. I got the internet. People reporting live from the MGM. They show WCW's MCM. Shout out EmEz and tune in to the sit down.
Boy, you should have known by now. Easy does, easy does, easy does.
All right, let's do it. It's the sit down. It's your main man, EmEz, and across from me is a very exotic, pretty young girl. Her name is Thais. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Thais, but you close enough.
Thais Gonzalez, also known as Sweet Tea. Now, how are you doing this afternoon?
I'm doing amazing. A little cold outside, but other than that, we good.
Absolutely. So, what brings you to these parts today?
Well, I was blessed to be able to interview with y'all by Flyboy Magazine, and I came around these parts just to let NYC know that I got as much love for it as it has had for me.
Now, talk to me about Pro Hype Girl.
All right, so basically what I do is when I get to the party, my job is to make sure everybody has fun, make sure everybody's smiling, make sure that all the girls not just standing holding up the wall, make sure that the fellas are having a good time too. So when I come, I pretty much bring the energy, kind of like a Red Bull.
Oh, okay. So you're like, I get it. Hype girl. It makes sense now. I get it. Okay. Now, how did you get into this field? Did you just fall into it? Did someone pull you in? Like, listen, this is a new thing I want you to do. Like, how did you get into that?
Well, I've always been like a really happy person, but other than that, I started working at strip clubs and bars after a while, and it started because one of my exes once told me that I would never make it as a person in a strip club or a person even at a bar because he said I was too fat.
Time out. First off, fam, what? And did you look different at the time of this comment?
I was about to tell you, yeah, I have lost 45 pounds.
Stand up, let the camera see.
I mean, what does the camera want to see exactly?
I see. I didn't even ask for all that, but I mean,
hey, you know, like I said, I'm a professional hype girl, so it's all about like bringing up the energy and making people happy, doing things that make people smile. So I figured he didn't make me smile, so I wanted to make everybody else smile with my energy.
Ladies, it's 2017. If you can't do a variation of that, you don't love yourself. You don't love yourself. What are you working out for? Like, if you can't. Anyways, it's the sit down. It's your main man, EmEz. Where are you from originally? You seem very exotic. I want to say Middle Eastern, but you maybe African?
Wow, you're actually really close. My mother is Egyptian and my father is Colombian and Dominican. However, I was adopted at a very young age of 5 years old by two fully Puerto Rican parents.
Do you speak Spanish?
I do.
Wow. That's
Si
very...
no, mi mamá me mata. If not, my mom would kill me.
That's very exotic to say the very least. Now, where do you see yourself in the future?
I would definitely want to pursue a career more so in acting. I've already done a couple of things. I want to dance more and more for videos like I have in the past. And I also want to establish myself as a lyricist moving forward with some of my poetry work.
Okay. Now, when you said you were in the clubs or whatnot, were you a dancer or a bottle girl?
Bottle girl and bartender, but I've always been dancing behind the bars, and you know what they say, most of the times the strippers don't look as good as the bottle girls and the bartenders, so I was always dancing back there anyway, shaking my booty and such.
So would you ever cross that line and dance for real? As a dancer, stripper, dancer, whatever?
I don't think I would ever dance like professionally in a club, but I'd do it for a movie. I could play a stripper, but I wouldn't be one in real life.
Got you. So, I'm a creep. Shout out to the Creep Squad, DJ Self and all that. So I don't know if it was last night or the night before I was on your Instagram Live and you were doing a photo shoot, I believe?
Yes, I was.
How often does that happen in your life?
Well, it's happening more and more often in my life, actually. I started about a year and a half ago, but now I shoot at least once a week with different photographers, and it's been amazing. So now I'm doing more and more. My range varies from completely nude to luxury gowns.
Okay.
A little everything. Sweet tea in the mix and everything.
I was, like I said, I was on the phone, and an areola popped on the screen. You were like, whoa, wait a minute. So now, my next question is, You said you've done fully nude. Would you do porn?
You know what? I think that I'd have to ask what exactly your definition of porn. I think it's levels. Like it's levels to these bezels. Like you just don't do all kinds of porn.
So
like
what wouldn't you do?
I definitely wouldn't do anything like guy, girl, girl, girl. However, I have done in the past just me and myself and pleasing myself, rubbing myself down. So I would only do something that I would enjoy. I wouldn't go out of that box. And right now, that's where my level is.
Interesting. Sweet Tea's in the building. To sit down, Shemaine, man, easy. Well, I mean, we can ask this question the hell out. Why do they call you twerk queen? We seen that. So.
It's okay, breathe. I'm sweet.
No. But my next question, I want to say, where can we see these videos of yourself pleasing yourself?
Well, the thing is, like, I only do these type of videos when I really want to. Because for me, it's all about self-gratification and never really going outside of what you're okay with. So I only do it for a subscriber-only base. And right now, it's mixedmagazine.com. So it is for paid subscribers only. And they're the only website where you can find that full content.
Is this discreet?
I don't know how discreet it is. I mean, we're talking about adult toys. We're talking about adult entertainment. We're talking about...
No, okay, damn it, Sweet Tea. I'm saying, when I charge this to my credit card, it's just going to say, naked Sweet Tea Graham.
Okay, no, nah. Your wifey ain't gonna find out it's me unless, she starts looking into the trademark name of the company.
I'm trying to be discreet about it, and she don't...
It is, don't worry. This isn't like a Tinder profile. It's not something that can easily be found. It's not under the actual name of the magazine either. They have a very discreet, different name, which I won't mention on air because you're about to probably buy the subscription now.
What is it
So
called?
your wife won't find it. But
We'll talk about it off there, go ahead.
But, however, yes, it is discreet in that sense. What I do is not discreet, but what it's under is.
What, you on that page now? What was going on? You looking at Just trying to figure this out. Team, what's my team doing? Anyways, just to sit down. Shemaine, man, I'm easy. It says here you grew up in Florida. Is this true?
I grew up in Florida for the later part of my years, but until the age of 10 years old, I grew up in the Bronx over here. So I went to PS14. So like I said, I have mad love for New York. And
How old were you when you left New York?
I was 10 years old.
When you left New York?
Correct.
Okay, so you're not damaged goods.
However, though, I came back every summer for 5 years after that.
To the Bronx.
Correct.
Some Puerto Rican guy was in your ear every summer.
I was very shy growing up. That's probably why I'm such an extrovert now.
Really?
Yes.
So if I had a daughter, I'd rather her be an outgoing person now, because then if she's not, she's going to be very outspoken later on in life. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, that's a loaded question. And being that I do have a neuropsychology degree, I can answer that in a variation of ways. However, I will say that when it comes to children and when it comes to women, particularly, I do believe in women's rights. I do protest for the same rights as well.
Were you in did you take off Wednesday?
I did take off Wednesday for International Women's Day, and I did protest to keep Planned Parenthood intact in the U.S. because, unfortunately, the people in Washington, D.C. feel as though that this is a system that is no longer needed to be funded. And it plays a big role in helping our youth and helping our young women being able to answer the questions that they don't feel comfortable with strict parents, or when they're in a situation where they need someone other than their parents to talk to about their femininity, because we have been taught at such young ages and throughout generations over generation not to appreciate our sexuality. And then when we do become sexual, we harm ourselves when we don't have proper
Miss Sweet Tea is in the building. It's a sit down. And Shemaine, man, easy. Did you find the site yet? I'm sorry. It says here you're also a massage therapist.
Yes.
When was the last massage you gave?
Well, besides being a bottle girl and a bartender and a variation of other things, I also do massages in clubs. So this is
In the club?
In the club. Sometimes a Hennessy isn't enough to loosen you up. Sometimes it's too much hype. You need to calm down. I can help you with that too.
Okay, so now again, I prefaced you. I told you I was a creep. So this is just where. So how many guys offer to take you home on a nightly?
I would say
because after a Hennessy, a massage, maybe a little hookah, fam, you're not going over there. Where we leaving? Where you going?
Well, I would definitely say it's more than a few. But, even with that being said, I'm a single lady. And mostly because it's very hard for a gentleman to take on all this sweet tea. That's why sweet tea always comes in a tall glass, because it's a lot to take in.
God be tempted. you. I see you out here, God. All right, now, I want to do something new here. It's kind of like rapid fire. Okay. I'm gonna give you a question, a term, or whatever, and I just want the first thing that comes to your mind.
All right.
Okay. Black Lives Matter.
Police brutality.
Okay. Kim Kardashian.
Kanye West.
Sugar Daddy.
Vacations.
Trump.
Loser.
Porn.
Fun.
Now, we said Black Lives Matter, and you said police brutality. What about that to you is so poignant about the Black Lives Matter movement?
Well, I think it comes a lot to where my career started. When I was a younger girl, when I was about 14, 15 years old, I was a high school and then a college intern for the Davie Police Department.
Body still look like that? No.
Right? I've had boobs since I was 11 years old.
Is it all natural?
This all natural 32 Triple D, all natural sweet tea right here. Nothing fake, no surgeries. It's all my mama and grandmama's own. So, back to the question at hand, I was around the men in blue for a very long time, and I have a serious respect for them. However, where hate and racism has taken the uniform is a disgrace to the actual occupation and profession itself.
Gotcha. Waxing.
Pain.
Okay. It's the sit down issue, made that easy. We got Sweet Tea in the building. Now, what's going on with you moving forward? Like, what besides the fitness and the modeling and the masseuse, what else is going on in your life moving forward?
Aside from that, I am working on a couple of projects where my acting is going to be seen a little bit more than it has in the past, more than just smaller roles. I have a couple of bigger roles where people actually get to see me and an array of different situations and scenarios, environments. Some of those projects that are coming up are going to really show how dynamic I can be, just like any other person. Aside from that, I also have decided to publish another book that is coming out next year, which talks about adopting children, and it's going to be called The Hidden Expressions of an Adopted Child, where I focus on talking about how adoption affects children when they're brought into interracial homes and not given the proper psychological and societal background to help them go through that experience. So pretty much I'll talk about like how the kids of like Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie that they adopted, how they feel, how I felt moving forward. And again, I look forward to putting out more work as a lyricist moving forward.
Do you have any kids?
I do not have any kids.
Do you plan on adopting kids, or do you plan on having your own?
I plan on doing both. Because I've been a part of that experience, I'd like to also project a positive experience like that moving forward for a child, as well as having my own if I could. And if I find somebody special enough to do that as well.
Never mind. Let me keep my mouth shut. Any last words you want to tell the audience?
Well, I mean, like, I'm happy to be out here. I do have a clothing line that's also going to be launching in this summer. It's going to be Sweet Tea Says. And it's all going to be my intimates and lingerie line that are handmade out here in the U.S. and by myself. So I'm really excited to put that out. And I'm really excited to just meet everybody and have the world get to know me.
Ms. Gonzalez is more than just a booty. It's as I sit here and talk to you, I can tell there's more to you than just the aesthetics.
Thank you.
And it's nice to it's actually refreshing to sit across from a female and have her speak in the way you speak.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming by. I appreciate you. Give them your Instagram and all that good stuff.
Yes, please follow me. My Instagram is princess_THAIS.
Her Instagram lives be lit. Trust me when I tell you. Thank you for coming by, Sweet Tea. It's the Sit Down.
Thank you for having me.
Shout out EmEz and tune in to the Sit Down.
Boy, you should have known by now. Easy does, easy does, easy does.
Power 1051.